Good afternoon, gamers, and welcome back to another TFT VOD review with Spiff Boy. Now, in the first one, I alluded to how it was likely a gold game, but I'm a PLAT boy now, and so this is the game I was alluding to. That is the promo game. This is the game that got me out of silver and into platinum. Well, I'm sorry, that's out of gold and into platinum. Excuse me. And so this game is going to be likely not a first. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. You know, I forget the details. But my goal of this game was not a first place. It was a top 4, because that's all I needed. So that's what we're going to be focusing on in this game is how to play, you know, not going for first, because if you want to climb elo, you know, sometimes you just need to accept that you know, first isn't in the cards, but you don't always need a first. And I believe this game, if I'm not mistaken, we're gonna force some duelists, because duelists are a great way to guarantee at least a top 4. You know, unless you get perfect items and some 3 stars and all that, you know, you're not necessarily going to be taking the first, but you'll be taking the top 4. You just gotta outlast the rest of the people. So that's what we're gonna be doing here. And I'm guessing, yeah, look at that. You know, we're grabbing the duelists. We're getting ready to rumble here. And so yeah, so you know, I did think we were gonna have some content in between my first video and this promotion video, but you know, I guess that just wasn't in the cards. You know, there wasn't too many interesting games going on in between that time frame. So you know, we'll cut straight to the good stuff. So what do we got here? We got a good duelist start. Buy out the shop, of course, just in case you want to pivot. But our items are looking pretty good. Ooh, and we get an early augment. What do I do here? I know I'm trying to force duelists, so let's scout around, see what the rest of the people are doing. And this is a very important thing to do, especially with an early champion augment. You wanna figure out what other people are doing and what you may or may not be contested on. So we see a Sivir, we see an Ashe. You know, we send it. We're re-rolling it. And Flaming Ricochet. So this is actually not a terrible augment, although I think, if I'm going to be honest, I think I play it terribly. It's essentially it is the Gangplank carry augment. So there's 2 ways to play it. Gangplank himself, being a super, lends himself towards playing a super's reroll comp. However, that is a very high risk, high reward type of playstyle. And again, we are not going for high risk, high reward. We are going for, please just give me top 4. So again, these are games that are taking place pre, you know, reroll champion augments as much as you want patch. But you know, so it's takeable. It's takeable here. We're not really gonna be playing around it. We're gonna be using it as an early game power spike. We also slammed the Ginsus on Kayle. That's eventually going to go on to Vayne. And this was kind of my like core itemization as I began kind of hammering the duelist comp. Although realistically thinking about it, you don't necessarily need the Rage Blade for Vayne, just because the duelist like passive, or the duelist synergy, gives you increasing attack speed. So it's a bit overkill. I believe there is a cap to what your champion, your unit's attack speed can eventually reach. But again, you know, it's you know, might as well slam it. You know, maybe a Gunblade would have been better. I'm actually, in my recent play, I've become a much bigger fan of the Gunblade. But you know, again, we're early in the game. I don't respect spending health as a resource as much as I should. But at the same time, you know, we have a 2-star Kayle. Let's give her a good item. We're gonna hit high stacks on it. It's gonna propel us further into the game. So it looks like a pretty easy Gangplank pickup here. So the Duelist comp, I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory. You know, you're running Duelists. Your carries are going to be Zed and Vayne. An early Zed. If you want to get first, you know, holding out, getting items for your Zed, and waiting for him, that is the way to cap the comp, really, to get it as strong as possible. However, again, if you're approaching a strategy of let's just top 4 and get promoted, you know, just hammer Vayne, throw some junk on Zed towards the end just for a little extra power spike, and you'll be good to go. Because as you can see here, and I do believe they may have nerfed Duelists in between this patch and the current patch, but I believe the strategy works just fine. I mean, especially if you're lower elo. You know, if this were my, you know, let's say plat to diamond game, which we hopefully will get to soon. You know, maybe the strategy would differ based on the patch and, you know, just the skill of my opponents. But for now, we can do fine. So, you know, I always talk about, well, we have premier tanks. You know, so we cover the premier carries. Who are the tanks? Well, the tank is Nyla. You want some Nyla. You want other tanks too. You know, Annie, Alistar are good to hold you over. They benefit from the Ox Force that Fiora gives to make them a little beefier. And I should level here. I believe I should level here. So we have an Edge of Night on the bench, which is a great set item. Could slam that on the Kayle, or we can greed for the what do we want? Well, okay, yeah, because we want Rod and Chain Vest gives you Locket, which is the core item on your core tank. So we're greeting for that. We maybe should have leveled. We are streaking. If you leave Carousel on a 3 streak, it seems like just generally best practice to level to ensure you keep the wins up. However, we tore through their front line fast enough. We have a 2-star Kayle with good items on her, and we have a 2-star Annie, which is a very strong early tank, and we make econ thanks to that. You know, there was an argument to be made too. Oh, there's a nice Vayne. Let's see, maybe replace Vayne with Fiora. Well, I guess they have Ox Force. I might even level here. You know, previous me, or I guess current me, given my goals of this game. And what was given to me. Yeah, let's slam the level. There it is. So there we go. We could have leveled last turn. Would have been about the same for the econ. I think I would have leveled, like, thrown in Alistar, and then we could have swapped it for Vayne. But you know, this isn't too bad. Or actually, you know, because we want 4 duelists. So yeah. So you know, I'm okay with this decision making so far. That level there almost certainly ensures that we win this round. This Annie, don't really need her, but it doesn't affect econ. So what are you gonna do? These Ashes on my bench, they can go. So, you know, don't know why I'm holding on to those two so hard. Cleansing Safeguard. That is a very good Lee Sin augment. That guy is going to be trouble later in the game, provided they know what they're doing. And it really is beautiful. I went into this game telling myself we were going to be forcing duelists, and you know, I don't even have to force it. I just get handed them. Like, I think even if the game plan wasn't to force duelists at this point, I mean, it just makes sense to play them. So, well, we sold the Ashes finally. Ash is a okay item holder for Vayne until you get her, but we have Kayle, and Kayle isn't gonna stick around too long. Six duelist is kind of troll. I mean, it's not the greatest thing in the world. And then we can still hit 6 duelists even without Kayle, so it's okay to dump that. Now let's see, I'm considering, we have 1 vest, so we should be able to make a Sunfire here, and I think we do, yeah. Because we want 1 locket on the Nyla. I mean, theoretically, you know, you could greed out for double locket and all that, but at this point, let's see, yeah. I think Yas is a better unit. but the Ox Force is better, and Gangplank, because of the augment, is better. So I think I made the right decision there. If we lose this round, I should sell the Annie. This guy pushed 6 and has very little gold, so he may beat us. Although this Annie's pretty strong. Oh, but he also high rolled a Samira. I didn't even notice that. So that's a bit unfortunate. Let's see. Can my team do it? Samira gets the execute. Okay, sell the Annie. Please, 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 please. Yep, there we go. Look at that. You see, you can tell. I mean, you can tell I'm earning my level of plat. These are not great at all, really. And Exiles is not good for duelists because it is antithetical for what you want. But again, the game just says, "Hey, did you want to win?" So I get the Nylas. Yeah, let's push a level, get that in. And I should have Nyla in the center more. Her AoE heal obviously is something we want to take advantage of. Should also pop this Tome of Traits. Not sure what the delay is here, but I'm clearly deep in thought right now about something. Maybe I'm thinking. Oh, I'm not gonna pop the. I know exactly what I was thinking. I'm not gonna pop the Tome of Traits until my comp is more together, so I can see which one I want to take. And I think that's the wrong approach. I think the correct approach is to pop the Tome of Traits, see what I get, and then determine what I can pivot to. Maybe not even necessarily pivot to, but what I can expand on from there. But instead, I make the wrong approach. So I'm just down an augment at this point. And again, it's a gold game, so not getting punished too hard for all of that. So instead we just vibe. I should move that Nyla. I really should move that Nyla. And honestly, I should be checking Gangplank's damage. At this point, like we'll check the next fight again. I'm trying to do this all in one take, so I didn't see the stats from the last fight. But I'm gonna guess Gangplank's damage is nowhere near like valuable, and so even with this augment, it's not worth it. The money making augment would have been way better, so I could make money on all these round wins. And Nyla, despite being in a bad position, is still managing to get enough heals off to prove her worth. So we're kind of contested for Nyla's, but I'm not too concerned about where to get to. And I mean, these are just easy wins. This is the power of duels early. And as you can see, I did check. Gangplank's not doing any damage. We can just throw out the augment at this point. Honestly, maybe even replace him with like a tank or something. Now, what do I want here? I almost certainly want that rod. And I may get it because it's on a 1 cost. Seeing the item you want on a 1 cost is a double-edged sword. And as I say that, it just goes away. So I likely will pivot back to my bench and be like, all right, what do I do? Maybe another chain vest. I got to imagine I go for. Yeah, just chain vests in the duelist comp are great. There's a lot of things you can do with them. Again, Edge of Night for Zed is a core item. You need Edge of Night on Zed, because if you hacker him into the backline, and he just gets deleted, what use is that? So I should probably like Edge of Night the Kale. Just give her some additional damage, some additional armor. I'm thinking about it. I'm really thinking about it. When do I do it? Stats don't change depending on what item you pick up, buddy. I don't know what you're thinking about. But there it is. We slam the Edge of the Night. Edge of the Night. Just Edge of Night. Come on. Put a little sauce into the levels. I see some streamers, they will just allow gold to accumulate until they decide to send it on leveling. I'm not sure the rationale behind that. And see, this guy's running the same comp. And see, he's got the Edge of the Night in his Nyla, and a Nyla in a better position. So it's looking like he's gonna beat me. So I am contested. I've learned I'm contested. I did very minimal scouting this game. However, yeah, Edge of Night doesn't do it, but it's okay. It's okay. We're not too worried. because we're gonna hit. There you go. There's a nice little Fiora. We're gonna hit, and I finally realized that my Nile is out of position. Don't know why I pull Gangplank back a slot, but you know, it is what it is. And I wonder, you know, I guess there's another betting line on this one. How long until I pop that Toma traits? Because I know what happens is that the Toma traits doesn't give me anything that great. Like I have my comp established, and then I get the Tome of Traits. It's not a good. It wasn't well thought through. There you go. Now Nile is getting some mass healing. This guy is running a little heart build, yeah, with the cleansing safeguard Lee, which is just, I mean, it's a problem. Let's see. And so Edge of Night, when it cleanses negative effects, I believe that includes being targeted, which is obviously very good. Now let's see here. So there's a potential thing you can do here, is where you exchange. Let's see, I do it. So the thought is that if I stay at 50 gold, I make 5 interest. If I level one more time, I lose one of those interests, so I end up making 4 gold instead of 5 gold. But the next shop I see is immediately a level 7 shop rather than a level 6 shop. So, you know, some calculations to make there. So there we go, we got our locket. We should insta build it. Yeah, there we go. Put it on the right unit. There you go, bud. Let's make sure I get my units back in their correct places. And yeah, and the roll down shall commence here. Echo, pretty good. Vein 2, pretty saucy. Man, do we just Echo 2 right here? This is an extremely slow roll. Like, what am I, like, I am appearing to be brain dead. I mean, I got an Echo 2 and I'm not gonna field it? Really? What are you gonna do though? Overall, it's going well. I think that that Vein 2 really changes things. Because I wonder if it was this guy that we lost. We lost to a Samira player earlier, but now we make light work of him. We are in a fantastic spot. I should clear some of this bench. I mean, this Annie I don't need. I have a Zed? When did I get that Zed? I have a Zed and I'm not playing him? Yeah, Knife's Edge for free. Okay, yeah, get rid of the Kale. Throw the Zed in. Yeah, that on you. That on you. Look at that. Oh man, I'm making smart choices. Hand of Justice, I think it's a little bit slept on of an item, but you know, there are better options. And now I go for the Toma trades. What do I get? A Duelist. Oh, well, look at that. Look at that. I could have popped that earlier. And I'm really thinking, like, Duelist on Echo, not bad. Especially if it's a 2-star Echo. Like, I mean, this is really good. If I can replace my Annie with an Alistair, then I'll get Aegis. And we're in a pretty spot. Duelist is pretty good on anyone. I think one of the best units for holding on to Duelist is LeBlanc in a Duelist comp, because it gives you Hacker. So, you know, that speaks for itself. Your Zed puts in all the work by getting hacked to the back line. And then, you know, LeBlanc doesn't hurt too much from attack speed. Obviously, she doesn't do attack damage. However, attacking more means that you cast more, and LeBlanc's spell casts are very potent, and they provide a different type of damage against whoever you may be facing. So we got this Yas. I think it's, I mean, realistically, it's time to drop this Gangplank. Yeah, I'm checking the stats. Gangplank's doing some stuff. I just think the utility from Yasuo is going to be much greater. So let's see if I pull Trig. Yeah, sorry Gangplank. Your augment was fun while it lasted, but you're not doing much for us anymore. As you can see, we're very healthy. Second highest health. I think numbers are a little blurry in the preview window, but it looks like I'm down by 1 health from the top guy. And we got some people who are in the danger zone. So I am not concerned at all. I mean, obviously, in as of right now, like in as of recording, I'm not concerned because I know how this game ends. But you know, in game, I'm not concerned either. I have a comp that's gonna take me. We have someone with 14 health. I keep grabbing these Annies for no reason. What do you want here? Bow isn't bad for the last whisper. Sword wouldn't be bad. Give crit, give infinity edge to my Vayne. You know, more chain vests. Why not? Like there's plenty of options here. And so I think I do go for the chain vest. Yeah, chain vest just all around. Do I? What am I doing? What am I thinking? Yeah, all of these people do physical damage, man. Now, I don't know why I'm rolling either. Yeah, you're a silly goofball. I mean, I guess it paid off. Get rid of those Annies, please. Let's make econ. So I think what my thought was, and we'll see if I execute on it, is that I didn't realize that Infinity Edge gives your units the ability to crit on abilities. I thought that was only a Jeweled Gauntlet thing, so I think that's what I'm thinking, is like, oh, well, you know, Vayne's true damage crits, that's awesome. However, Infinity Edge gives the same thing, and then actually useful stats for her. So, you know, a bit of a blunder. I mean, especially the chain vest on a 5 gold. There wasn't anything I could do with it immediately, but, you know, I guess I'm just greeding for more lockets at this point. And we're still sitting pretty, very healthy, not doing too bad. Again, we're focusing on just surviving. We're just focusing on surviving until our screen flashes gold and we can get what we want. Yeah, so I read the abilities again. So I guess her true damage does scale off of AP. And these tooltips don't make any sense to me yet. Like 110%. Like what does that mean? Like where how do these numbers calculate? I guess okay. That's the bonus damage. Then it scales off of that. I guess that makes sense. That adds up somewhat. So. You know, the additional AP wouldn't be awful. The ability for the true damage to crit wouldn't be awful. But instead, you know, I just vibe. I just vibe and say no thank you. Because clearly I can. I mean, clearly I can. If they did nerf duelists, I understand. Because I mean, this is just. I'm not even trying. I'm down an augment. Because I'm not fielding my gangplank. I don't even know why I'm holding on to him at this point. Like we're not playing gangplank carries, so you know what's the point here? And Sejuani, that is great. That is great. That is a core part of this comp. Yeah, because we'll get laser core. We could likely replace Annie with Sedge. I don't know if the Ox Force on those two isn't necessarily amazing. And Sejuani is also a good tier holder. You get tier and some armor. It guarantees she gets a cast off, and that's really the most important thing out of a Sejuani. So again, looking back, I think grabbing armor out of the last carousel may have been the better route here. But it's okay. It's okay. We're staying alive. So we get a little gold. And we get an anvil, so we'll be able to build 2 items. Let's see. Said pretty cool. Chain vest should be an insta-click. I know what everything makes, man. Just chain vest. What am I thinking about right now? Chain vest Hodge. Come on, send it. Come on, lock it, and then Hodge the Vayne or the Zed. Okay, I respect that level. I'm glad I got that in time. Okay, so we forced this. Not bad. Sure, these work again. The Protector's Vow is a great item for Sejuani. Like I said, it guarantees she gets a cast off, and that's all that matters because really disables their front lines. Let's see, and we do clean up. We do clean up. So I'd say, you know, a little sloppy, but overall, given the circumstances, I think that was a good play. I'd say that was a good play. Now we got one guy out. Hey, so we're top 7. I mean, we're top 1 right now, but this likely isn't going to last. Now we're okay. We're seeking for the Zed. You can tell by my buying behavior. Oh, or what? Maybe a Sedge too. Why not? I don't disrespect the going. Okay, I kind of disrespect that. Why sell all of them if we're gonna keep rolling? The Leona. Who do you want that in for? We're really thinking. Again, gold units, you know, you gotta respect them. I finally sell the gangplanks. We've accepted that we are just down an augment. But so is anyone else who's sane. The level 1 augments aren't great. Although I have noticed there weren't a lot of like in the lower elos. There's not a lot of super players, and supers are pretty strong. And didn't I say that the Protector's Vow guarantees Sedge's ult goes off? Because I don't think it went off there. Based on how little damage she did, I don't think it could have gone off there. But hey, it's okay. It's okay. We're holding on. Now, I should just vibe. Don't sell the Leona. I mean, maybe Leona over Annie. I mean, honestly, yeah. Oh, we get Aegis? I would take Aegis over Oxforce, yeah, because I mean, we don't really care that much about Oxforce. Now this is a tough spot. So you want to itemize your 2 stars, but you also want to beef up Leona because Leona's just an uber tank. So given the pending 2-star of Sejuani, I'm not too upset with that. But I think it may have been more optimal to itemize the Leona because look, she's dead. Her ult does nothing. Sejuani's ult does quite a bit though. But we're starting to see the downsides of this comp. You know, we have somebody who has their effectively complete sure shot build. They have their Aphelios, who's one of the best. Now, what do we go for here? Giant Slayer is what stands out to me. That is always a good item at this stage in the game. We'll see if we can get it. Also, check the scoreboards. We made it. We're top 4 now. We're top 6. It's pretty good, and you can see my mouse. Oh, I'm seeking that Giant Slayer. Pretty good. I'll take that. And you give him a little thumbs up because you know he wanted it. Ace Emblem not too bad. I could see scenarios in which the Ace Emblem is pretty good, but probably not this scenario. So we'll just Giant Slayer the Vayne, make her do a little more damage. We'll slow push to 9. I don't necessarily believe we need to roll. I would say if we hit 30 health. We just roll down at whatever level we are and just hold on for dear life to make sure we get this top 4. But aside from that, I mean, there's not much else to do. I would say, honestly, potentially a hacker instead of Leona may be a better move just because it completes our comp. Like, look, they got a hacker Zed. It gets to our backline. What is our Zed doing? Just dilly-dallying. I mean, I guess he's putting in work. Our Zed outlived theirs. Their tanky Leona outlived ours. But now they're dead. But now they're dead. So, keep it together. Oh, almost an execute. Almost an execute. So we got 2 guys at 5 health. So at this point, I'm stoked. I'm like, I can taste the platinum in my mouth. And I am worried if it's like a health issue, because I don't know if you're supposed to be like tasting platinum. You can see this guy Desperation slammed 9. Oh, and this is the guy who beat us too. So this guy is pretty strong. He's got the sure shot comp. He's got pretty dang good items on that Aphelios. This guy, I mean, as I was saying, no one runs supers. He's running the perfect Yuumi super steam. So, you know, maybe I'm just full of it. Maybe I'm just full of it. We end up facing a Hart Kaisa player. And our Nyla leaves the gang, decides to go to the backline by herself. It appears to work out. Zach, so I guess this is a tip if you're ever up against a very strong duelist player. Zach is a very good counter to duelists. Duelists love deleting a single unit. So a tank that and splits into multiple units, you know, is kind of the direct counter to that. Same thing with like a Jax player too. They're looking to do the same thing that a duelist player is doing. So push a little levels again. We're top 5 now, but the guy nearest to death is on a heater thanks to his completed sure shot team. I would not be surprised if that guy ends up winning. I also would be surprised if he ends up dying next round. I'm hoping somebody else kills him because as we've seen, he beats our comp. Phony frontline, again, same thing. Duelists have no AoE, so having extra units to attack just inherently makes us worse. And I do keep the Zoe. Thinking Ionic Spark. It's not perfect. Shredding MR isn't necessarily important for us. But the fact that Zed, is doing his little zip zapping around, it can let him do a little extra damage. Now I should level and throw Zoe in. Yep. Level, throw Zoe in. I hate how it auto hackers the unit that he threw in that was hacker. And Zoe's actually double good. We get Prankster and we get hacker. So I might take Fiddle over Leona at this point. We have a pretty good tank line. And just roll to 0. Why not? Why not at this point? So here we go. Here's our sure shot player. Let's see if this maneuver was enough. We end up hacking in to attack the Samira, which is pretty good. So there's his ace gone. However, he has his Ophelio still alive. Now, he is currently going the stun gun on Ophelios. And I am of the opinion that if you're playing Ophelios as like a secondary carry, stun gun's the way to go. It's just a lot of utility. However, if you're playing him as your main carry, you're fully itemizing him, you should be going the Dusk Wave or whatever, the one that just does mass damage. But thankfully, even with that loss, we've made it. I'm probably fist bumping right now. I'm stoked. We made it. We made it to platinum, boys. So all that's left to do is just, see how much further we can take this team. I sell the Vayne and I'm like, ooh, do I buy her? I think I sell the Leona here. I think I should, or lock it. Realistically, I should have probably sold Leona and bought in the Sejuani just because of how low health we are. We may not make it past this round. So thankfully, hacker diff, I hack into their backline, they hack into my Prankster Zoe. So not really ideal maneuvers out of them. So we end up winning. Not too bad. Not too bad. Now we will be able to level 2 the Sejuani, and we vibe. Again, we're top health in the lobby. I mean, this really shouldn't be it. I mean, this is... I mean, like I said, I keep saying, like, there just seemed to be a significant... There's a significant difference between gold and platinum. And, not to toot my own horn, but, like, this team is not that good. Like, this should not be a team that has me at highest health in the lobby. Like, again, this was a top 4 play. Again, I guess I did kind of get everything I wanted. This guy's going 8 duelists, troll. I'm just gonna level with you. 8 duelists is kind of troll. It's just you don't have enough front line, and let's see if I end up facing him. I do. So let's see, 1-star Zed, 6 duelists or 4 duelists versus the guy who hammers all duelists. I think I win. Yeah, I mean, I don't even have to wait a second. Attack speed going crazy. Yeah, Edge of Night saved the targeting, so I'm able to am able to win it. Hacker div? The healing? Okay, I guess I don't. I guess I don't win it. That's unfortunate. That was kind of goofy. The redemption on the Fiora, I guess, just saved the day. So Last Whisper probably is the item here, or Duelist Fiddle just for the memes. Yeah, I don't know why I procrastinated so much. Last Whisper, good on Zed. I think I mentioned in my previous video that, like, you know, sure shots need Last Whisper, Duelists don't. But, you know, Zed does AoE damage, AoE attack damage, you know. You can't really go too wrong with the Last Whisper on him. Now, I really unfortunate rolling there. This sure shot guy, I think if I can hack him, I think he fixes his positioning. I take Zed out of the. Oh, I don't get the hacker off in time. And he moves back anyways. I mean, honestly, I do kind of love the amount of, like, psychology, reverse psychology that occurs with the hacker. With Zephyrs, with all that. I think that's one of the things that makes this game so much fun, in my opinion. Like, you know, there's strategizing your comp and your econ and all that. Then there's those little micro plays that make or break the game. So there it is, you know. Sure shot guy beats me, as I predicted. Would be surprised if he won out the lobby. But we get a top 4. That gets us into PLAT. And, you know, that's all that really matters. So, thank you all for watching. I'll catch you in the next one, where we take a look at some Platinum gameplay. See y'all later. Remember to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.